Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome to Astro Colony, a game about automation and space and honestly a bunch of stuff I don't really know about. I'm very excited to share this one with you guys. It is in early access and available on Steam. I have received a game key for free, full disclosure on that, and yeah, I'm excited to play it. I've played for a couple hours just to get my feet wet, so I don't know too much about the game, but we should at least have a little bit of the early game understood. We are going to start fresh with a seed of random choosing. Just going to hit the number pad there and go for it. There's a tiny bit of exposition here at the beginning. Cute little bot.
Believing that one planet would be enough for us was wrong. Our colossal ambitions pushed us to leave our homes. Driven by the need of development and achievements, humanity seeks opportunities to discover new worlds and perhaps new dimensions. We are the first colonists, laying the foundation for future generations. It's your turn now. Show your survival skills, unlock technologies, and remember, the galaxy is yours to conquer.
Yeah, it is. We get some nice salutes, and off we go to our own little space platform. Where asteroids fly around all over the place. Welcome, colonizer. I am A-Bot, and I have been programmed to guide you in your learning. Follow my advice and start creating your own Astro Colony. He tells us how to move, we can jump, we can jetpack with X. And when you need tips, check the guidebook. Open it using G. And now he's going to give me tasks. I am going to put him to sleep because he kind of just gives you the basics, and honestly, I think other than the very first few steps, I feel like a lot of it is better to kind of explore at your own pace than to have him tell you how to do it. But he does kind of tell you about the controls and how to collect resources and kind of what types of things you need to build. So at the beginning, we've got these asteroids flying around that we can mine, and we can jetpack with X. If we turn it off, we start falling, which, you know, I don't totally understand why we're falling into nothingness from nothingness, but, you know, you fall that way for reasons. And so you can kind of be in gravity mode where you can jump and you fall, and you can double jump as many times as you want, so you really don't have to keep falling. And then you can hit X to use your jetpack, which allows you to go up and down with space and Alt. And you can mine these asteroids, and you get copper ore, iron ore, carbon, and basic science. So the initial science points that you need are mined from these asteroids. They're not actually a resource in the asteroid, but you get the science points randomly as you collect asteroids. See, there was one. There's another one. Basic science. I'm not sure exactly the ratio, but you do need to collect quite a few asteroids to get the basic science that you need. I need to get some iron, and we will take a look at the tech tree. Also carbon. Carbon's very important. It's what you use for power in the early game. In fact, I've never gotten past carbon power yet, so anything beyond carbon will be new to us. One of the reasons I'm excited about this game is it just looks beautiful, and it's a bit Factorio-esque with conveyor belts and such, so I always love me some automation and production games, production chains. You can see it set on the right, missing booster technology. That's because I tried to hit shift, which activates the booster. I got used to using that as I was playing around a little bit, and we don't have it unlocked from the beginning. Okay, that should be enough to start. We will go into our inventory, which I have remapped to C. It's I by default, but that's a very strange hotkey for something you need so often. And you click on this little button to open the handcrafting menu, which is a bit clunky in my opinion. I don't like that you have to click on something to open it. It means that you have to hit a hotkey and then click a button to start handcrafting, but that's okay. We will go ahead and craft all the iron bars and copper bars that we can by clicking on the little bar here. You can also type a specific amount if you want, but infinity means it'll craft all that it can. And then we have our technology menu, where you can see the tech tree. I have no idea what things are like as we get further in the tech tree. I got to about this row. I had technically researched a little farther, but I didn't really do much of this stuff. I think I did the auto asteroid catchers. That was the coolest thing I got to in my playing around. So I'm excited to get back to that. But I wanted to kind of get my feet wet so I didn't flail around so crazily at the beginning. I'll mine another ice asteroid here, because why not? And the first thing that we can build is an oxygen generator. And we'll go ahead and plop that. Where will I plop this? I want to try to use some semblance of reason. Maybe I'll put power over here. Last time it was a total mess, and I'm hoping I can maybe do a little better this time, but maybe not. Who knows? It's also worth knowing there is a construction menu. It's activated with K by default. And that opens up all the possible things you can construct. You can see we've unlocked very little of it, just the oxygen generator. And you can interact with it with E. And it doesn't do anything right now, except we can use ice to refill our oxygen down here. So at the beginning, you've got the ice to refill your oxygen, and that's it. Oxygen's very important. You die without it. I've never actually died, so I don't know how that works. We can research electricity here. Handcrafting wire, which is important, and also water, which allows you to store water in water cells, convert ice into water with the icebreaker. And then the wire, we can make iron wire, basically, and copper wire from the bars. And the carbon reactor pumps electricity made from carbon into the electric cables made from copper wire. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to just go gather some resources to start out, and I will be back in a jiff. And welcome back. We have collected lots of ore. Hopefully it's enough. I'm going to craft just a few more iron bars, maybe 4 more, and 4 more copper. And then we'll do 2 copper wires to start with. And let's take a look at the tech tree again. We've got electricity unlocked with carbon reactors as well as an icebreaker. I don't really need an icebreaker yet. I will research water transportation, which gives you the water pipes. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Hydrogen generators to produce hydrogen. We don't need that yet. Hydro generator, sorry, not hydrogen generator. We do need the iron plate recipe. Destruction allows you to recycle things. When you destroy your old buildings, they don't necessarily turn back into components, but you can throw them in the recycling machine to do so. The nice thing is when you recycle a building, you can still rebuild it. It's kind of a clever system. We'll research our booster, of course, and the big one, the smelter. The smelter is the main thing we need to start with, and then asteroid catching, along with mining and automated asteroid catching. Very important things. I believe the next thing I'm going to want... we'll just go ahead and research them all. The logistics gives you conveyor belts and storage containers. The harpoon connector allows you to draw in these, what are they called? Planetoids, which have ore deposits on them that you can put mining drills on. There's the recycling machine we talked about. Engineering science is the next, what's it called? Almost like science pack, which you actually have to craft. And then the hydrogen tanks are used for things, I think, fuel or something. Yeah, build thrusters to move through space. So we'll wait on some of those researches as we get a couple basics going here. One thing we need is power, and I will put my carbon reactor right there. And then we can draw our electric cable, and you can go all directions here. This is a 3D game, which is very nice. You know, like Satisfactory or other games that are 3D. Um, and you can build in 3D. And you can see we can delete those. And then those will be recyclable in my inventory here. So we can rebuild those into cables, but we can't recycle them back into copper wire unless we use the recycling machine. So we'll go ahead and place that there so that they're connected. There's our oxygen generator connected. Although we actually don't need to run it yet. So I will turn... Oh, this one only consumes 1. Never mind, that's fine. It's the icebreaker. The icebreaker consumes 5 power by default, which I think is way too much. So the smelter's the main one that we're going to want running here. Now we'll go ahead and place it... I guess we'll place it here. And that way I can get the power close by. And this bad boy is important because you can make 3 to 2 ore into bars instead of 2 to 1. So it's a lot more output. And we'll just go ahead and make the max. And then I feed some carbon into here. I'll go ahead and use half of this for now. Control click moves the whole stack. And that produces 10 energy. I guess we'll save on carbon if we turn this off for now. You can still use ice to refill your oxygen, even if it's off. That functionality is free, so there's no need to power it. And now you can see this guy crafts both at the same time, which is also cool. And we'll take our outputs there. And the next thing we want to look at is the asteroid catcher. Actually, maybe, yeah, we'll catch some asteroids. So it's going to need to be hooked up to power. I will put it on the edge here. Like so. And I'll also go up to the 2nd level for our power because we might need... there are little bots that can walk around and they might need to walk underneath the power cable. And I'm going to need a lot more copper wire. I will do 10 and go ahead and get that started. And once we have a little bit more of that, you can click and drag, which is nice. But I'm going to need a bit more electric cable finished. Hoist. There we go. And now we have our asteroid catcher. We can hop into it with F. You can aim around and yoink. Catch asteroids, and it even processes them down into the component ore pieces. And you can have one kind of waiting, so it'll hold on to this one. You press Q to leave. It'll hold on to that one until it's done smushing up the one that it's already got inside of it. Which is cool. And then we can take the ore out and throw it into, the smelter. You can throw the ore manually from here. I've found it's easier to just hit the max button on the bars and it'll throw all of your inventory stuff into this inventory. It looks like we do need some more iron. I'm going to hop in here and good timing can hang on to that iron asteroid. So let's see, we've talked about asteroid catching, we're doing smelting. Oh, the booster, you can just hold shift and you can noom yourself around, which is quite nice. This is a nice asteroid full of ice. You never have enough ice. I don't think that's actually true. You can probably have far too much ice. But it was right in front of me. So, technology-wise, we could use some plates. I think we'll need some for a few different things. This menu is really weird. When you right-click to drag to the side, it, moves more after you let go of the mouse button. So it ends up being really finicky. So, I don't love that. Not a fan. We can make conveyor belts, but I don't think there's much of a point yet. Blockers, filters, and pushers and splitters, I think, are all pretty helpful to have. We can go ahead and do... we're actually running out of basic science. I will do mining. I want to get a cosmic harpoon going and some mining. That's my next goal. And then we're going to need a lot more science, too. So the cosmic harpoon is Let me open up the menu here. Where is it? Utilities? Oh, it was here. Harpoon connector needs the wire. It's also in the F2 menu by default. What's strange about the construction is you can redo these. Like, I can drag this down and put it anywhere. You know, like if I don't want the water stuff on here, I can put the storage container there. And we can put, I don't know, what else is useful? Floor, which we'll have soon. Conveyor belts. Obviously, conveyor belts should be number one, right? Not an oxygen generator. How many oxygen generators do you actually need to build? That shouldn't be number one. So I think the defaults of these should be different. I'll put the drill there, the asteroid catcher here, the smelter there. Maybe we'll put wire as 2. I don't know, this doesn't really matter right now. In any case, the harpoon connector needs some wire. Let's get that going. Oops, I didn't mean to stop that. Keep going here. Let's catch another iron asteroid if we can find one. They all look like copper to me, and you can't aim behind it. Oh, there's one up there. Yoink. Poosh. Oh, I was going to grab that. Okay, we'll grab this one. Carbon and copper. And we'll go ahead and take the stuff that it had processed. We'll fill it up with the iron and copper that we've got. How's our reactor? Still got plenty because it's only running at 50%, which helps. That means each carbon should last a full minute rather than 30 seconds. At least I believe that's what that means. That's what I understand it to mean. In any case, we should be able to build our harpoon connector now. And you build this on the edge of your platform, and it does need power. So maybe I'll build it over here. We'll go ahead and power it up. There we go. And you can... It needs some power. It needs 5 power. So that's maxing out our power system right now. And you aim around and you look for these planetoids. So that's called a planetoid carbon deposit, and it does the same thing as the other attractor, and it brings them all the way to your base. I am going to start with the carbon one, because that's power. Oop, I guess right-clicking undoes it. And you can hop out and it'll still, you know, tractor beam that all the way here. And then if you build a harpoon connector on the planetoid, you can dock them together, and there will be kind of an attachment that you could build conveyor belts through. I'm pretty sure you can build conveyor belts over space too. I'm not sure how exactly that works. If you don't connect it with a docking, can you build a conveyor belt from one to the other? I'm not sure, because I haven't tried. But I will go ahead and build another connector, and then I can select that and hit dock. And it says no matching opposite dock found. And that's annoying because there's one right here, and I guess it just doesn't work. It worked last time I did this. Maybe if I keep clicking it comes a little closer. Will that be close enough? Nope. Maybe I have to move it? Maybe hop in. Oh, I guess we don't need to hop in. We need to hit E and hit dock. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Again, once they're docked together, you can put conveyor belts through these, and you can even transfer power to there, which is kind of cool. So this will consume 5, but then this guy produces 5, I believe. Yeah, production 5. So it's not like it would be that hard to just have a wire come over here. But this is the good stuff. You can extract this with a miner, and we will do just that. It's kind of hard to see over that color of asteroid, but there's a... You can see it here. The area that it mines is only a 2x3 zone. And obviously we want to get that over the carbon there, those little carbon squares, and then we need power. You can also dig directly into the ground, which is pretty cool. So you've got, you know, terrain destruction going on, which is fun. You can get some dirt. And there you can see that piece of carbon. It won't let us destroy the ground that that carbon is on. Anyway, let's connect this to power. Oops. What happened there? Oh, I'm out of electric cable. That's what happened. I could just build a whole new reactor, but I'm going to try to have a little bit more of a centralized reactor system. Kind of looks weird going through that corner, so let's mine this. Oh, did it build under the dirt? It did. How did I manage that? Whoops. No wonder I ran out of cable. I built a bunch of cable inside of the thing. That's a bit janky. A bit janky, if I may say so myself. But now we're all connected, and this is powered up, and you can see it's drilling for carbon, which will help take care of our power issues. And it'll collect all 6 of those, and we can move it forwards once that's done. So you can see that the docking wasn't really necessary. It does bring it closer, but I'm not really using the dock all that much, except to transfer power. So, other than the power, that dock is kind of pointless. So we'll grab some carbon. Go ahead and add... I will add another power... You know, I meant to leave space here for more power generators. Maybe I should put them closer to this, because this is where the carbon is. And then we can feed it, I don't know, 20 each. That should last a while. Check oxygen meter. It has all sorts of tasks for me, the little bot. But I'm doing other things, Mr. Bot. Should we cosmic harpoon another one? Maybe an iron one? That might be good. I do need some more basic science as well. You take the asteroid goodies. Go ahead and capture another one. I'll grab that iron one. And we will try to cosmic harpoon some iron. So we'll start here. Oh, we need the electricity. Yes, yes, yes. Let me craft some more wires. Okay, so hop in. That's a copper deposit. Can't target that one. There's an iron deposit. So we'll bring this in. Speaking of iron, I need to do some more manual mining for basic science. And then I believe I'll set up a miner for iron, and we'll go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll be back once I've done that. Alright, we are back, and I did try, I was curious to connect the two, and you can see I started the wire here and went over, and it does not connect. So if you do want to connect your two with conveyors or wires, I believe you do need to dock properly before you do that. But we've just been mining this iron with a reactor that's set up over here. And we should have a decent amount by now. Yeah, 163. Nice. We'll add a little bit more carbon to that. Should keep running for a while. And I also mined a bunch more asteroids, so we've got 32 science, as you can see in the top right here. What else was I going to do? Ah, yes, construction. We need a constructor to make iron plates. So we'll go ahead and do that. But we're going to need some engineering science, which requires a laboratory. And that requires 20 wire, which we happen to have. Oop, that's the wrong button. I tend to think that that's the button to press for handcrafting, and it's not. I'll make some more wire. We'll also need some iron plates. I'll make a few by hand. And we will feed it all of that iron we grabbed. I did happen to find a little bit of gold, so we have 2 gold bars, but that's not very many. I would like more. I don't know exactly what gold is for, but I know we'll need it. See if we can catch another iron asteroid or 2 with the asteroid catcher. What are we building again? A laboratory? I don't even know where it is. Here we go. Laboratory to generate science points. It's also weird when you click on a building, it doesn't make this menu go away. So pretty clunky UI. It is still early access, so I can forgive it for that. But there are some serious improvements that I think need to be made to the UI. We'll go and build this here. It's kind of in the way. It's a very large building. Connect it to power, and it needs 2 of each bar to make an engineering science. And I currently don't have enough. I forget, how many science do I need? 6 for the constructor. So that means we need more. We're going to need a lot more copper, because now that I've got iron mining going. So we should get copper mining going. But we'll make 6. And let's see if you can bring in a copper deposit asteroid. So we'll bring that close, and we'll do the same treatment where we put a miner on it and a carbon reactor. And this is a much easier way to get a lot of resources than trying to catch a million asteroids. I think asteroids are nice because they don't run out. These will run out eventually. But in the short term, this is a good way to get a lot of ore without having to worry about it before you can do the nicely automated strategies. So there we've got copper, zoom, here we've got iron, and zoom. Lots more carbon, look at that, 234 carbon. You can see the counts up here in the top left. Just keeping these reactors topped up to 40 seems good. And then we can feed the smelter. And there we go. Construction research completed. Grab that ore, grab this ore. Zoom. Feed the smelter. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, now what? Now what? Now we need a constructor. So the constructor converts bars into plates. I'm going to need to start building flooring pretty soon, but we do need plates for that. Right now, we're not really caring about future conveyor connections. We'll redesign things for that eventually. We're just connecting it to power. And then you can see we can get 2 plates per bar, which is pretty nice. So we'll feed in 20 bars to make 40 plates. I don't know what copper plates are for, but we'll feed it some. I don't know. I don't think I've seen copper plates be needed yet, but I'm sure they will be. Okay, so the engineering science is not an item that you collect. It just kind of goes into your science amount. And we'll go ahead and make 10 more. And copper bars are currently the hold up. We'll have to keep feeding it with copper ore. And looking at science, we got the constructor going. And that allows us to create floor out of those iron plates, which is super nice. I want that to be probably number 3. Floor metal gray. I kind of like that. And so you can see we can extend the floor out and make a bigger surface. But that's going to require a lot of iron. I'm actually going to remove that for now. Don't need it yet. And moving forward, also the technology tree goes back to the beginning every time. That's pretty annoying. So automated catching is the thing that I really want, because that allows us to make these auto asteroid catchers. We'll go ahead and set that to research. We only need 1 more engineering science. And we're going to need a lot of iron plates and iron bars which we already have, and we should be able to grab the iron plates from our constructor here. We'll go ahead and get some more iron bars thrown in. And let me collect some more copper. I'm thinking we're going to run out of copper pretty all the time. Pretty much all the time. And you can see it's mined out. It's mined this whole section, so we have to move it. So I will delete it. And then you can use the floor plates to build on top of it, so that we can kind of move it forward a square. It actually needs to be here. So I'll put the floor plates like this. Yeah, because you can see there's iron there, 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 and there. So we'll get that placed, re-hooked up to power. Make sure that's still got some carbon. 22 should be enough. That'll keep going with iron. Go ahead and feed the smelter again. You know, good old Factorio type early game stuff. I love it. I love the early game. And I'll feed it... I don't know. I want to keep some copper bars. We also don't have a ton of wire. So I'll handcraft some more wire. Although we do have 25. Never mind. I just saw that we have 25 in recyclables. So that counts. That cable will get used up first. So we'll have a good amount of wire. In any case, the automated asteroid catcher. We'll go ahead and delete this guy. And it's getting to the point where I maybe should build a recycler because I'm never going to place that again. And now we have that in our inventory as a recyclable. So this is the point where I should build a recycling machine. But I need 3 gold bars, which we don't have. I guess I won't be doing that. Not yet, anyway. That's the regular asteroid catcher. The auto asteroid catcher is right here. And I think I'll place it kind of out of the way. It's pointing out that way. I think I'll want at least 2 of them, if not 3. Maybe have that one point to the right. This one point forwards. And this one will point left. Now, they do catch asteroids without power, but they won't be processing them without power. So we will need a bunch of power cables here. Do we have enough power? Production, construction, network load, 113%. That's not good. So we need to turn something off. I guess I can turn this off. That doesn't need to be on. This one needs to be on because it's supplying power to the drill, but the drill's not even drilling. So let's get that moved over. Oh, we're running out of oxygen too. I didn't notice. There's not even a sound that tells you you've run out of oxygen. Bit strange, that. Okay, so we'll move this forwards. I wonder why I can't build there. Oh, I'm out of plates. That's a good reason. Apparently we built corners. You can scroll up and down to change what type of thing you're building. Connect it to power. And there's some more carbon for us. Hopefully enough. We're still at 28. Beautiful. And you can see these are catching asteroids and processing the ores. So we'll get all sorts of stuff from these guys. And again, for now, I will just manually grab it out. But eventually we're going to want to put that on conveyor belts. And the other thing is it's automatically going to generate basic science. There's a 20% generation rate. And so we won't have to worry about basic science anymore, which is nice because I don't have to go, you know, taka-taka on the asteroids all the time, which is nice. Okay, what else do we have in the tech tree to look at? There's automation, which allows us to make a warehouse. You can store resources here and use them directly when constructing. That's nice. Scanning, I don't know what that is. Logistics blocks, you put them on top of belts, and you can block things or filter things or push things to the side. Those are almost like the little grabby things from Dyson Sphere program. Engines, we'll have to take a look into. Oh, and an oxygen barrier, which allows you to kind of make an oxygen dome. That's as far as I got. And then these little robot dudes can take resources from one device to another, almost like little, whatchamacallits, logistics bots from Factorio. So yeah, I am excited to kind of dive a little further into this game. I do want this series to be an edited series. There will be some jumps between things where I'll be, doing a build and then explaining the build after it's done, rather than, you guys watching me build the whole thing piece by piece. I wanted the beginning to be pretty uncut simply because there's so many things to look at. But as we go further and further, there will be more and more sections where I think we'll just kind of cut out for a while. I'll work on the base, and then we'll come back for some of the more juicy and interesting bits. I will call this the end of the first YouTube episode because we are catching asteroids, and that's pretty dang sweet. So let me know what you guys think about Astro Colony so far in the comments. It's in early access on Steam, as I mentioned. I got a key for free, so I thought I would play it and review it. I did request it because it looks like a pretty fun game. I'm excited about conveyor belts. Any game with conveyor belts, you already got me hooked like that asteroid. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.